Hi class. So I want to start off the video this week with more of a face-to-face conversation because we're talking about human skills, about collaboration in workplace environments, about working well with others in terms of developing communicative artifacts and products. So first of all, welcome to my office. I'm in the Deuxième Maison building, or DM, on the MMC campus. If you ever want to talk face-to-face, just drop me a email and we can schedule a time to meet. I'm more than happy to meet with you and talk through what we're doing in class or about your own work. But do schedule it first just so you don't miss me because I'm not always on campus. So back to the topic at hand. Collaboration in workplace environments is really essential to learn it in this class because it's something that is really essential to professional practice. It's something that you're going to have to do a lot throughout your career. And as Marco says in chapter 3, we need to learn how to communicate effectively in those environments because often we're developing large documents. Not a single person is going to have all of the expertise they need in order to develop the document. It's just going to be too big of a project for one person to do by themselves. It's going to require some vetting and some editing, which will require additional reviewers. So there's going to be lots of different tasks and lots of different ways that people get involved in a project. So I want to give you one example. My first job out of my undergraduate degree was as the Special Projects Manager for the University of Southern California's Department of Medicine. And one of my main goals, one of my main jobs within this role was to develop the annual report, which is this. It's a largish book that has a lot of different information in it, has some large images in it, and basically what it does is it tells people about everything that we did within the department during the preceding year. So I needed to collect information from the individual divisions within our department. I needed to collect images to use in order to create some added interest. I needed to speak to subject matter experts in a range of different areas. I needed to collect all of the CVs of our different doctors. I needed to gather information from a lot of different people, and those people needed to produce and write some of that information. So a lot of my job was just coordinating all of the work that went into developing this book. So it required no less than 20 to 30 different writers and 5 or 6 different reviewers and a lot of different people who just contributed information to the overall book beyond that. And then after I did finish an initial draft of it, it went to at least 2 different people who reviewed it, and then it came back to me to do revisions, and then went off to the chair of the department who had the final say on whether or not it was ready to be published, and then we had to send it off to the publisher and send it out to a lot of people. So a lot of people were involved in this project, and it really just illustrates how a lot of these bigger projects actually happen in the workplaces. Not one person was doing it. I was in charge of it, but I could not have built this all by myself, and I didn't have the information, the knowledge, the expertise to do everything by myself, let alone the time. So hopefully it gives you a little idea of why we're doing this. What we're actually doing in this class is a series of much shorter projects. So we're doing 5 different units that are team-based projects, but each are only going to last 2 weeks. They're going to ask you to develop a shorter type of document. And realistically, why we're doing it this way is partially because we're online, and partially just because I want to give you repeated practice where you can start to develop some strategies and then hone those strategies throughout the semester and make them better and better to the point where you can actually communicate effectively within your team, where you can develop effective documents, where you can really be successful at this.